Did you know that Rafael Nadal is terrified of dogs? The Spanish raging bull, who's won more Grand Slam titles than anyone in the world and is completely fearless on the court, is afraid of doggos? He's really just like any other ordinary person with phobias, routines, and moods. And today, we're going to circle around just that. Let's dive into the never-seen-before secret life of the tennis superstar Rafael Nadal. First things first, a good sleep is a game changer, especially for pro athletes. Usually, sportsmen like to sleep a good amount of time, say 8 to 10 hours a day, to keep themselves well refreshed and tackle the day's demands. Roger Federer, another tennis legend, for example, can sleep up to 12 hours a day. But the Spanish legend is built differently. Nadal isn't too big on sleeping, except when there's a game he has to play. According to him, if there's a match coming up the next day, the star tries to get at least 8 hours of sleep. But sometimes, even a super successful athlete like himself may get anxious right before a game. And when sleep doesn't work, adrenaline does the job just fine. Once he's out, the Spanish bull makes sure he doesn't sleep longer than 8 hours and prefers waking up right at the butt crack of dawn. Rafael, like many of us, prefers having a healthy breakfast to fuel his raging engine as soon as he's up. Then there's breakfast. The Grand Slam master pretty much has the same old boring breakfast every day. You know, just sportsman things. Even on big days, when he's about to face a vicious opponent on the court, the tennis star says he sticks to his toast and yogurt in the morning, without switching things up much. On days he's looking for extra energy, Rafael prefers some fish and rice, the real OG food. And since he's a Mediterranean breed, Rafael is a massive fan of seafood and prefers some sort of fish on his plate before heading to the gym. For someone who runs 3,300 feet per set at every game, according to ATP, it's only reasonable that he gets the right amount of calories into his system. And now, Rafael's insane workout routine. Once Rafael is done sleeping, eating, and cooking, like all of us mere mortals, he heads to the court for a crazy workout, which most of us don't. Because what's an athlete without his workout routine? Despite his recent injuries, Nadal usually trains for an insane 4 hours a day. He may come from a fine line of athletes and even has the awesome phenotype to prove it, but he still makes sure to work with a number of rigorous exercises to keep fit, maintain those muscles, and remain healthy. During the regular sessions, the King of Clay performs exercises relevant to tennis, such as working on his foot movement, racket swings, and ball drills. But in the off-season, Rafael may switch his fitness regime a little towards weightlifting, to get those biceps and triceps ready for the season. What doesn't change in his routine is the stretching. No matter what time of year it is, or what time of the day he's heading to the gym, stretching is always going to be an important part of the star's workout routine. And for whatever little that we know of his super confidential training and workout plan, he usually prefers starting off on a vibrating platform, something that's a favorite among elite pro athletes. Apart from helping his range of motion, the platform also helps to reduce soreness, and with the muscle contraction, promoting flexibility and proper blood flow. Once he's done with the vibrating platform, Rafael then uses resistance bands instead of free weights to strengthen his shoulders and rotator cuffs. He then works on strengthening other body muscles by using front bends, push-ups, pull-ups, and parallel bar dips to work on his upper body muscles. We're tired just talking about it, but Rafael continues with his planks to strengthen his core. The source of his dedication, apart from his professions of course, is his trainer Tony, who keeps pushing him throughout the super tiring session. One part of the training also includes him throwing a medicine ball at intervals, which Rafael catches. And then to finally wrap it all up, the tennis star tries to reduce soreness and promote recovery by stretching. And then, afternoon spare time. After completing his training and workout sesh, it's afternoon. And this is when Nadal's free time begins. We've been waiting for this. This is when he can do whatever he wants. Apparently, the star also loves to get his hands dirty in the kitchen and is an amazing cook, as many of his social media posts have also suggested. And since Rafael is a huge cooking fan, we know that he goes shopping for groceries himself. Hey, psst, we also know what his shopping bag at the store would include: fish, olives, and chocolate. Now we have lunch. For lunch, Rafael prefers sticking to a mix of fresh veggies, olives, fish, and cannoli, everything organic to keep his system clean and junk-free. The star has zero sugar intake. We're talking processed sugar. But if he's really craving some sweets, he'd rather pick an apple or a dark chocolate than processed tubs of ice cream and shakes. The max he'll push his boundaries during the off-season is when he switches to paella occasionally. Rafael is particularly fond of his mother's recipe of the popular Spanish dish made with seafood and other meats. In fact, he loves it so much, he wishes he could eat it every day. But he also realizes that a paella a day will keep the tennis away, and he clearly loves his tennis more than he loves paella. Smart choice. And then there's charity work. When he's not eating or working out, Rafael also loves to dive deeper into his passions for sports and shares his talents, skills, and knowledge through charity. Many don't know, but Rafael Nadal is also the co-founder of a charity called Fundación Fundación Rafael Nadal, through which he tries to give underprivileged children with disabilities empowerment and confidence through sport and community. And time for more workout. If you thought the training was over, get a load of this. It never stops. Rafael Nadal has probably spent half of his life running on the treadmill or that vibrating platform, but we can't blame him. The guy is a tennis champion. You gotta give something to have something. By the time Rafael is done with his spare time, he goes back to the gym for his second and final training of the day. You'd catch him swimming or performing aerobics. He's even claimed once that he made sure to run in water up to his waist at times to beat the knee pain. Imagine putting yourself through more pain to get rid of pain. Just Rafael Nadal things, we guess. If you're as surprised as we are about how detailed and tough his workout routine is, it's this very dedication that has contributed to the greatness that we know him for today. Next up, hobbies. Once he's done training throughout the day, Rafael prefers to relax. Phew! If he's not playing, that is. Rafael likes to pursue his passions and other hobbies, which include attending events, meeting with his fans, and spending some quality time with his friends and family. It's no secret that Rafael Nadal is not really much of a TV person, but he enjoys watching movies, and some of his favorites are Gladiator and Invictus. He absolutely admires Morgan Freeman and Denzel Washington as actors. But more than being a couch potato indulging in a tub of ice cream while watching Netflix, Rafael likes to read books, watch football, and go fishing. What many probably don't know is that he's a massive fan of Real Madrid and gets hyped in the stands just like all of us every time Madrid faces off with Barcelona. A sportsman rooting for other sportsmen is a sight we all love. And the traveling. Rafael is a man who loves being surrounded by people he loves. And although he's the shy kind around the media and likes to keep things personal, he's super extroverted around the people he cares about. Some time ago, he was seen hanging out with friends having the time of his life at the Fee Beach on the island of Sardinia. He was also spotted at Exuma in the Bahamas, and he usually does all this traveling in his super yacht. Last year, after losing to Djokovic in the semis of the French Open and then withdrawing from the Wimbledon, Nadal decided to take some much-needed time off to relax. This time, the tennis star headed to the Mediterranean Sea on his super yacht and spent some quality time with his family. This break was obviously what he needed, because just look at how he came back this year. He's just been named the highest Grand Slam title holder, and seeing how fit the star still is, despite the aging factor beginning to kick in, we're sure he still has lots of fight in him. Lastly, the nighttime routine. After a long day, Rafael heads back home and has the last meal of his day, and this one is particularly heavier than the rest. Dinner with Rafael may include shrimp dumplings, cocktail, paella, and chocolate, and once he's done with dinner, he plans out his next day and hits the sack. An incredibly organized day that many of us would find super boring, but Rafael seems to be thriving in this lifestyle. What do you think about the Spanish Bull's lifestyle? Comment down below and let us know. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more.